Hey, what's going on, everybody? Different video this week. I had a friend of mine on my Facebook named Thomas O'Boyle Jr. Reposted somebody's post they did, a guy by the name of Eric Ligdon. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if it's wrong, brother. He put a post up about, there's a lot of stuff went into it. The gist of it was about young wrestlers and getting bookings and stuff like that, and how they go about it, and different things. And there's a lot to go over on that. The whole getting booking as a young wrestler and all that. I have this theory that wrestling has changed all around, and the old guys don't want to accept the new ways. The young guys only want to accept the old ways if it benefits them. Back in the old days of when you wanted to get bookings, depending on how far you go back, you would send in a promo package, VHS tape, and promo pics and things like that, because there wasn't a lot of internet around. And back when we were doing Angel Fire pages and stuff, there was not a lot to go off of. So it was a little different back then. Most times you'd send in a package and get booked. A lot of times you just show up, do ring crew, and ask if there's anything you can do, introduce yourself to the promoter, hang out, stay there till the end of the night, breaking stuff down. And, you might do that a few times before they even give you a chance. Nowadays, people think that bookings are going to just be given to them. The resume thing, if you're doing resumes and shit still, unless it's a resume on your Performance Center website, and if you don't have a page, what do they call it? A fucking profile on the Performance Center page, then you're obviously way behind the game anyway. So, and if your trainer, which is I'm going to get into that too, hasn't told you how to do those things, then you're obviously the wrong place. If you're doing resumes and doing all that shit, just stop, because it's not going to do any good for you. People that post, I'm open for bookings, I'm free for bookings for these dates and these dates. These are my dates that are open. Guys, that's probably the most passive way I've seen getting bookings ever. Generally, if you're a worthy company, a company worthwhile, you're not going to go on somebody's Facebook page and say, holy shit, he's free that day? I'm going to fucking book him. It's just not the way it works. If you're good, they know who you are, and they'll get it out, and they'll reach out to you. And you may want to hit them up and say, hey, this is me. This is who I am, yada, yada, yada. I would love to come work for you. And if you have name value, they'll know who you are, and you guys can talk business then. But people that just put that up there and expect it to happen to them, you got fucking disillusions of grandeur, man. There's exceptions to the rule. I recently did that. I'm going to start taking a bunch of bookings because people didn't know I was wrestling again. They still thought I was injured. So I just put it out there that, hey, if anybody wants to use me for something, hit me up and we'll talk. Of course, a lot of people got back to me. A lot of people I turned down. The people who I was already going to work for already knew, so I had already established those bookings. But I was looking to get a couple more in there, make a few bucks, and save for my Philippines trip. There's just some companies that, I'll reach out to them sometimes and they don't think they can afford me or whatever, and so they don't book me, and whatever's fine. But I put it up there and people hit me back. A lot of local guys that do shows on a smaller scale, and I'm happy to help out. That's my part in the business now. So, I took a lot of the bookings, and it's good. But if you don't have a name value and you're just putting your name up there saying these are the dates I'm open, nobody's going to fucking book you, dude. That's just not the way to get booked. Generally, with this new way wrestling's working, and this is definitely some bit of information you probably want to fucking write down. If you want to get into a company that is a quality company, generally they have a head trainer that runs their school, or they have one of their top workers who runs a school. What you need to do is you need to go train with them. So you take their semi-pro camps or their pro camps, and you work out with them for a while. You train there for a while, they get to see you every day, they're working with you, and boom, next thing you know, you're on a show. That's generally the best way to get booked in a lot of companies. I don't know if it's the right way or if it's the wrong way, but it's definitely a way for them to look at you without putting you on a show and then you fucking shit in the bed. So if I was you, that's what I would recommend. Say, for example, if you want to get on West Coast, you go to Vinny School and you go train at Vinny School for a while. If you want to get into Revolution Pro, you go to Revolution Pro School. You train with Gabe, you train with Robert Thompson and all them, and then eventually you'll get on the shows when they think you're ready for it. If you're really good, they'll get you on the shows quickly. Okay, so that's probably the best way to go about that part of the business. One of the problems I see with young guys is that you get stuck into this mode where your fucking trainer tells you this is what you have to do, and that guy has no fucking idea what he's doing. Okay, if your trainer's name alone doesn't carry enough weight to get you bookings, you're training at the wrong fucking place. Okay, I've trained enough people that I have enough what they call clout or enough respect from other wrestlers. If I train somebody and I tell somebody that runs a good company, hey, I got this kid, what do you think about giving him a chance? He'll more than likely give him a match. May not be fucking the greatest match ever, but he'll give him a chance because I have that kind of rapport with a lot of people. All right? If your trainer can't get you bookings, most of the time they can't even get good bookings. Or if they tell you this, any booking's a good booking. Or if they tell you, well, it doesn't matter, it's a booking, you need to take it. What happens is you get stuck in this fucking role where you're doing all these smaller shows. And I don't want to say shitty shows. It's just small shows, small scale shows. Some people call them mud shows. They're just smaller scale of shows. And you get stuck on doing that. Why? Because your trainer's doing that. And you end up getting in that circuit of that's all you're doing. Now, when a big company sees you doing those small shows, do you think they want to hire you? No, they don't, because all you're doing is the little circuit, you know? So what I tell people is, man, get out, drive to another state away. Even if you went to a state and wrestled for a small company that wrestled, maybe had 40, 50 people, it's still getting out of California and getting more name recognition out there. Getting more eyes on you, meeting more people, you know. Chances are you meet somebody, you have a good match with them. They say, hey, I got this guy from California that will come up here. Can I work him on this show? You get booked on another show and another show, and that's just how it works. But when your trainer's telling you, oh, you have to do these shows, hey, any booking's a good booking, they're fucking pulling the wool over your eye because they're such a mark that they just want to get shows every weekend, you know. People ask me all the time, how was Titus getting all these great bookings? Because he fucking didn't wrestle locally much. He left, he went out, you know, and people don't realize when he was first going into the fight, he flew himself there. I mean, we did one show there, we did an anniversary show there in a 10-man tag, and they brought us up and all that stuff, yada, yada. But then after COVID, he flew himself up there and hung out for 2 shows. He did that. Fucking 3 shows later, he's wrestling Christopher Daniels, you know, because they realized he had talent and he kept going. So if you want to get on shows, you need to go. You just, this whole bullshit where it's like, well, I don't want to drive all the way over if I'm not booked, or they got to cover my gas and all this shit. Motherfucker, like, who do you think you are? Who do you fucking think you are that you're that fucking good that you're begging for a booking, but you want to get paid to go there? And dude, you need to fucking humble yourself. This business, when you start off, is wasting fucking money. You wasted money to fucking train. You wasted money on gym memberships. You wasted money on eating right. You're wasting money for gas. You're wasting money for this. But all that wasted money, the end of the fucking day, adds up to big paydays. Because it's not technically wasted. It's wasted for the moment, but it builds to something bigger. And you have to take it as that. You have to take it as, I'm doing all this shit now because one day it's going to pay off later down the road. And people don't want to do that. You know, wrestling at first is wasting fucking money. Spending money to make money. Spending money to make money. Okay, so there's a couple more things I need to cover, but I'll get it in a different episode. They wanted to go over overseas stuff and things like that, but there's way too much to go over, man. I can tell you this: don't make the mistake of doing quantity over quality shows. It's always good to get some shows in when you first start off, but at some point it's got to be quality of show. It has to be more important than quantity. Okay, and there's a good analogy I can give, but I don't want to get canceled. So anyways, man, I'll put it up on another one. Hope that answers some of the questions, and I will talk to y'all later.
I love this game. I live this game. And there's 1,000 other guys waiting in the wings who are obsessed with this game. Obsession's going to be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed?